Iron Lung is a short horror game where you pilot a tiny submarine through an ocean of blood on an alien moon. Released on March 9th, 2022. This game was created by a man named David. Story: you are a submarine who has been imprisoned. Gameplay: theories. Now this game is ripe with theories. First, let's dissect the name, Iron Lung. What is iron? According to Webster Dictionary, iron is something made of iron, such as shackles for the hands or legs. Sound familiar? Yes, this submarine is prisoner to the ocean. Let's look at lung. What is lung? According to Webster Dictionary, lung is a device enabling individuals abandoning a submarine to rise to the surface. Sound familiar? Yes, this submarine has a device that allows it to rise to the surface, allowing it to abandon itself. Why doesn't the submarine just do this, instead of remaining prisoner to the water? Well, it's simple. If it were to rise to the surface, it would lose its purpose, abandon itself. According to Webster Dictionary, a submarine is a large sandwich on a long split roll with any of a variety of fillings, such as meatballs or cold cuts, cheese, lettuce, and tomato. Do you see any meals on this submarine? No. Does the submarine itself look like the inside of a sandwich? Partially. The walls look like they are lined with meat. However, I think David here is trying to create an analogy, or a comparison if you will, between sandwiches and submarines. Bear with me here. What if the submarine itself is a large sandwich? What happens when you put a sandwich in water? It gets wet, meaning all of its ingredients, including the cheese, the meatballs, the cold cuts, the lettuce, and itself would all get wet. Don't you see? A wet sandwich has lost its purpose. Now, what happens when a submarine is taken out of water? That's right, it loses its purpose. So similar, yet so different. The main divide, water. Water is what separates land from sea, ocean from non-ocean, but it's also the great equalizer. This is the main theme of David's work. A submarine in water cannot return to the surface, for if it did, it will lose all purpose, which is why it must continue on, even if it means danger. Like a fish cannot swim on land, a submarine cannot fly in air, but it can fly in water, with water being the great equalizer. Okay, but that's just in the name. What about the actual moment-to-moment action? Well, this paints a pretty good picture of David's theme. At the beginning of the video, I lied to you. The player is not actually the submarine. It's a camera within the submarine, and a pretty intelligent camera at that. It's able to do geometry with X's and Y's. Now why put a camera on a submarine? Perhaps because it's smart enough to do trigonometry. Perhaps to use camera features such as record. These are all good theories, but I would like to propose my own. What if the camera is actually the Iron Lung? Originally, I proposed it to be the submarine, but that wouldn't make sense. If the player isn't the submarine, then why name the game Iron Lung? It's fairly common to name works of fiction the title character, common enough to assume that's what David is doing. Just look at Mary Shelley's classic, Frankenstein, Alfred Hitchcock's thrilling masterpiece, Psycho, or Marvel's action-packed, heart-pounding drama, Iron Man. Iron Man, Iron Lung. Iron acts as the adjective or descriptor, but lung and man act as nouns. In Iron Man, you are Iron Man, but in Iron Lung, you are Iron Lung. But that's not my only evidence. Think about it. Iron is shackles for the hands and legs. A camera has neither hands nor legs, which is a form of shackling. Lung, a device allowing a submarine to rise to the surface. What can the camera do? Zoom in and out. If you were to point the camera up and zoom in, it would look like you're rising to the surface. But my most convincing piece of evidence that you, the player, the camera, are the Iron Lung is this. What does a camera do? Take photos? Sure. Record videos? Certainly. But think more abstractly. A camera is able to, within reason, act as a portal to another world. It allows the user to be transported to a far-off land, somewhere where they have never been. It acts as a gateway. But what if the portal is bad? What if the camera takes you somewhere you don't want to go? An ocean of blood, perhaps? Then, a camera is pointless. Not even pointless. Worse than pointless. It's harmful. What comes to mind when you think of an iron lung? Well, a lung made of steel. But a lung made of steel is useless. Pointless. You can't breathe. Don't you see? A camera and an iron lung are one and the same. But what does this mean? What is the importance of a camera being an iron lung? What is David trying to tell us? While I can't speak for him, I can make a pretty good guess. David is trying to make a point about the futility of it all. A submarine could go up in the surface, but then it wouldn't matter. A camera could take you to a hellish landscape filled with sea monsters, but then it wouldn't matter. A sandwich could get wet, but then it wouldn't matter. We all have a deeper purpose, one in which we must all strive to achieve. We could give up, but then it wouldn't matter. And water brings it all together. A submarine, a camera, a sandwich, all in water. We are made up of water. There's something different about the water in Iron Lung. There's something off about it. What is it? Oh, an ocean of blood. Now tell me, what is blood made of? That's right, iron. Thanks for watching.